Let's get this right off the bat.
I'm
a little sicky, I think. I don't really know for sure, but you're gonna have to carry the energy for this podcast.
We're doomed. We are so doomed.
You're gonna have to do everything for us.
Right all now. Right, boys, let's go. That's. I'm out. I'm already out. That's all I had.
You should have saved it for later, man.
I was trying to prove my worth in your eyes. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't know for sure what I'm sick with or whatever, but I just feel like hella weak. You know, like when you just. I slept for like 9 hours today, which is very unusual.
Whoa.
I sleep like 6 hours a day. I slept until 1 p.m. But anyway, let's get this party started.
Let's get this bread. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing, kind of. Yeah. Maybe in like the 90s. Oh, so okay. So
that was not the okay, hold on. That was not the I'm gonna bring the Danny energy like and just start arguing. That was not the 90s.
Do it, bro. I always want you to argue with me.
No, that was like
2015.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah. Jeez. Okay, argument over. That was quick. That was a good one. We got the first one out.
Okay, so we both saw a movie last weekend.
Yes.
And it was the Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Now, I'm
Chris
very
Pratt's
special
interested, project.
I'm very interested to see what our takes are.
I thought I was gonna have a crazy take.
Really?
But then I've listened to like 4 or 5 podcasts that just have the exact same take. So okay. I have the most vanilla take ever. I'm so sorry.
But what if your vanilla take is not vanilla to everybody else? And what if you listen to a bunch of podcasts that have your same idea going into it? So what is your vanilla take?
I'm in an echo chamber.
Yeah, it's like, what is your take?
The whole movie, like, it's not a good movie. Like, it's kind of like the plot, there's no plot, there's no character development, there's nothing really interesting going story-wise, but it's just like a huge reference fest that just made me so freaking happy. Like, I went like completely ape shit, like pointing like, oh my god, I know that. Oh my god, there's that. Oh my god, there's a Pikmin. Oh my god, there's an R-Wing. Oh my god, there's the thing from that one time when I was 10. And I was just like, that's like, I was smiling and giggling the whole movie.
That's crazy. I mean,
but like looking back, I did not care one bit about the plot. Like, it was not.
Which I don't think anybody wanted to. You know what I mean? I don't think they wanted to. Like, I think the plot was meant to be kind of stupid. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the Lego movie. Even though the Lego movie has a better plot in general,
Lego movie is like a solid movie in every way. That was like an amazing movie.
But I mean, like, it was also just for the gags. You know what I mean? They're like, what if we just made a bunch of jokes around people being Legos and throw in the Justice League and we'll make fun of them for like half the movie? You know what I mean? Like, Lego movie did have a good plot. I'm not saying that they didn't, but like, they just wanted to have fun. They had like a general premise and they said, what if we use this and just had a fucking blast? And that's what that movie was. I was actually thinking that there was a possibility that you would have been like the opposite, because obviously compared to you, I'm like a normie when it comes to like Nintendo, and I thought that you were gonna be like, or maybe not you specifically, but I was wondering if there was gonna be some fans out there that were gonna be like,
definitely
you did this wrong, this isn't how this is supposed to be, blah 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 blah. And I would be like, bro, I
thought I was gonna be the biggest Chris Pratt hater. Like, I thought I was just gonna be like, he ruined the movie. But yeah, I got used to it after the first couple of minutes, and then it's just a different version of Mario, but it's still Mario.
Yeah. And like, I feel like they the best thing that they did was right at the beginning of the movie, they poked fun at it and they were like, look at this, you here's like the actual like how like the Mario and Luigi should sound if they were like crazy like Italian accent like to 1,000%, and they sounded like the video game character. And it wasn't the video game like voice actor, the guy at the beginning,
Charles Martinet. He was the guy who's just like, I loved it.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
he was also their dad.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't just. I was like, the whole time I was so bummed out. I was like, that's all he got. But no, he was the dad. I found that out later.
Gotcha.
I did not realize at the time.
But I think they poked fun at it because, and I think that also showed that they thought about it. They were like, we had the guy here. It's not like we just ignored the video games like all entirely when it came to voice acting. We had him here, but like nobody's gonna want to watch a movie with him being the voice actor the entire time. You know what I mean? Like, not like that would have killed the views, but like, I think
hard disagree.
No, I think, but you're a Nintendo guy. We know this. You would have been like, yes, I got to watch a whole movie with him in it. But like, I felt like sometimes the voice actors who might do really well for like a video game and like very exaggerated specific like moments, they might not be the best like translation into like a full-on movie. You know what I
mean? See, I have the opposite take, and this movie delightfully surprised me, which is, you can't just slap a movie star into an animated movie and expect them to do good.
I mean, yeah, but they did good.
I think being in the movie they did good, but like as like voice actors, as much as I love what's his name? Charlie Day as Luigi.
Yeah.
He was mostly just himself.
Yeah.
What's his name? Seth Rogen, just
Yeah.
himself. It's like the Keegan did a really good job doing a voice. Fucking Bowser. What's it? Jack Black? Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah,
amazing. Wonderful. He's the highlight of the whole movie.
Yeah, definitely.
He did amazing. And then Anya Taylor-Joy didn't really.
She was okay.
It's like she was middling. It's all like they're just using their normal voices on these like
but I don't think
characters.
I don't think you necessarily need the iconic like Mario voice for them to be like do a good job at being in the role. You know what I mean?
I suppose. Listen, money talks, and it's now the best animated movie ever. So maybe I'm just a big poo wham face. I mean, don't know.
I get the want for it to sound like the video game, but like I feel like they had him there because you showed him at the beginning, and then it was like a moment of being like, yeah, would we want to deal with like that accent the entire movie like that hard, or would we just want like a guy who sounds like Mario but like is in like his own little world kind of thing? And I think that's where like it ended up, and I think it was fine. I think everybody did like a good job, and I think the movie was like a fucking blast. By the way, I don't know if I said that yet, but it was just so much fun. Also, you know what's funny? I don't know why. I think it's because like he's not in the original games. At least I don't know when he eventually came in, but he wasn't. I don't remember him being like super early on. And then I only see him mostly in like the Super Smash Bros. Games, but I did not remember that Yoshi's a part of this universe until I saw the pack of all of them walking by.
God.
It's like if you asked me, I would have said, yeah, he's with Mario and all that stuff. But it was like seeing him there, I didn't think about him being in the movie.
You were like, oh shit, Yoshi. The whole time, because that's crazy. Because the whole time I'm like, where the fuck is Yoshi? Where the fuck is Yoshi? Where the fuck is Yoshi?
I didn't even think like he was gonna be in this movie because like once again, like I feel like if you think about. I mean,
obviously,
not you because you continue to play the games, but for me, like as like remembering like the OG Mario, I'd just be like, oh yeah, it's just like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Toad. Like that's the only ones I expected in this movie, and like Donkey Kong as well. But like like all the extra cast, like I was amazed at like Dry Bones and like the Ghost Boy. I don't remember his name right now. And like all the extra side characters.
Am I forgetting?
Like, wow.
Hold on a minute. Give me just 1 second. Ghost Boy.
He was like the shy thing or whatever.
Oh, Shy Guys? Those weren't ghosts. Are you talking about the Luma, the little star that talked about wanting to die?
No, I was talking about the shy thing. He just looks like a ghosty figure. I know he's not a real ghost.
Okay. Because there's Boo's, and I'm like, there were no Boo's.
Yeah, there were no Boo's. But
no, there was King Boo. No, I'm so sorry. Redact that. There was King Boo. King Boo in the King Babam and King Boo both made appearances at the wedding.
Okay. See, I kind of came in like I went to use the bathroom and I came back and they're already like halfway through that action sequence of like the things because like bro, we just got to a point like that movie honestly did a really good job of just going straight from like action to action to action to action. But we just got to the point where Mario and Donkey Kong was like separated and thrown into like a fish's mouth. So I was like, okay, there's going to be a little bit of a lingering time. I could use the bathroom now. And I came back and they were fucking storming the beaches of Normandy in terms of her fucking wedding. And I was like, how did we get here so fast, bro? They're like sailing in. And like, I saw the whole part of like the bomb being there and all this stuff. But I was still like, that was crazy how they just went straight to them being like, yeah, we're already entering the wedding. Like we're already interrupting the entire thing. I was like, oh God. But anyway, what I was going to say was that I didn't immediately think of Yoshi being in this movie. I just didn't expect him to be a part of it. And then I saw that and I was like, after I saw that, I got a little frustrated because I was like, damn it, he is a part of this universe. Where the fuck is he? Is that all we're getting? And then the little Easter egg at the end made me all happy, and I was like, oh yeah, he's
right, because that's like with all the money they made, they're making more. They're gonna be shoving this shit like for the next 20 years.
Yeah, I honestly would be down to have like a crazy Super Smash Bros. Movie one day. More than Avengers.
Avengers has made me kind of tired of all the like universal, like throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. Yeah. So
but they're already doing that, right? Like they already have they I don't think they've like solidified in saying they're gonna do this, but I think that they are already throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like they already threw Sonic there, they already threw Mario, and go like, oh, we could keep doing like video game movies, huh? And isn't there a Samus one coming out soon? Am I wrong in saying that?
Absolutely wrong. Samus is like, we're lucky to get a game every 10 years. There's probably like rumors that somebody wants to do a Metroid movie, but it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
That would be pretty low on the list of Nintendo IP. It's like, if I were to guess, after Mario and the continuation of all of the people in his stuff, maybe Zelda would be next.
I think we will get the Mario movies continually like coming out, but I think that they would also throw stuff on the like on the side to see what would actually hit.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's not all Illumination.
It seems like there's a possibility they've just been like gathering the IPs to make a movie, but nothing really.
Right, just yet. Whispers. Yeah. But let me tell you, this movie was good. This movie was great. But I dropped all of it, every little bit of it, because a new trailer for the next Zelda game came out. And it was a 3-minute trailer, and that made me feel I was in my emotions like at work, like way more than I was at the movies seeing Mario. It's so freaking good.
I heard the trailer was really fucking good.
It literally, everybody's like, oh, this game is just gonna be like a $70 DLC. That's what everybody's saying. It's just gonna be the same game, same map. And like this thing just put all of them to fucking bed. There's nothing you can say bad about this, man. And like the music, man, I've just been listening to it on repeat. Like I get goosebumps every single time.
I should play through the first one. I probably should find like a little emulator and play it on my PC or something.
Yes, and then like you won't have to deal with all of the switches of potato issues.
I've heard that everybody it's still not that good at PC though. Like even with the emulators,
really,
this is not that bad. Anyway, before we completely leave the whole Super Mario Bros. Conversation back, what do you think is going to be the next movie? Do you think it's going to be like because I've heard a lot of stuff about Wario and like Waluigi being like the antagonist of the next movie. Do you think that's where they're going to go with it?
I think.
Or is there a storyline completely with Yoshi that they can do?
Put my money. If they don't do, I mean, they've got villains they could go through. Like Bowser's not always the enemy. They could just pick any one of them. You know, that's not an issue. The
alligator guy too, right? Is he in this? He's in
that universe. That's Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay.
Which is technically, we've never seen them tied together really. Okay. Like there's 0 Mario references in Donkey Kong games, but they're in the same universe, I guess.
Diddy Kong was here. I got so happy. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I was so proud
Dixie.
of him being there.
I can't believe that they went that far into the Donkey Kong universe when like their games are not tied together at all. Like
he was the original villain, right?
And like, well, Cranky Kong was the original, if we're being honest.
Wait, was that
Donkey Kong is his grandson, but in the movie for some reason he's his son, so they fucked that up. So like 0 out of 10, Nintendo sucks. Like,
but I do think that if they didn't have Donkey Kong in it, there would have been some complaints. There would have been some like, not saying that he had to be as much as it in it, but like I feel like some people would have been like, oh, they'd even like reference the OG Mario, the one that I grew up with when I was like in the fucking 70s or whatever.
I mean, they did right away though, because they put the literal arcade machine in the game.
Yeah,
but they called it Jumpman.
I feel like they were probably trying to play it safe in all regards of saying like we have to have Donkey Kong in here, we have to have like Bowser in here because like those are his 2 iconic like kind of things. And so that's probably why they were like, if we don't do both of these things, they're gonna get mad. And I think they did a pretty good job at it. They also made Mario look like a pretty badass character, even though I don't really care for Mario as a person in general.
Yeah, I mean, Mario doesn't have any like character except for like a go-to attitude, like Yahoo, like I can't be beat.
Yeah.
That's all Mario is. So it's hard to like, and they definitely didn't want to push him too far into that stuff, into anything like weird or new. You know, they're not going to give Mario a foot fetish or something.
Yeah, which they should have. Yeah, I think that would have.
Like, they really like, honestly, like,
give him a foot fetish. It beats Avatar in the box office. Box office, 1,000%.
Okay. Overall, back on. We were gonna say like, where's it gonna go next? Yeah, I think Luigi's Mansion is probably gonna happen
next,
because Luigi barely got any screen time, and he should have had a lot more. He should have way more screen time.
I think he would have it with. Okay, am I wrong in saying that he is a lot more tied to Yoshi than Mario is? Am I wrong in saying?
No, absolutely wrong. In the first game, you carried baby Mario on your back in Yoshi's Island.
I felt like there was like a specific game with like Yoshi being with Luigi. But I guess I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe I'm racist.
The DS Yoshi's Island had Baby Luigi as like an option that gave you different powers. It was like Baby Luigi, and oh my god, they used Baby Luigi and Mario and Baby Peach, and I did not expect that at all. I saw them, funny. And I was like, crazy. Holy shit, they're going there.
But anyway, so what I was gonna say was I don't think Luigi's Mansion would be next. I feel like they for now at least. They gave him enough of like a hint towards Luigi Mansion with him going through the entire like scary part of being in the Deadlands or whatever. I feel like that was as much as they're gonna go for now. Like I think for like the next maybe 5 to 10 years, that's to be like, yeah, I remember when he kind of threw that reference to him going through a spooky area. Yeah, it's like in Luigi's Mansion. Whoa, and I kind of threw that at you for now. And then down the line when they're like, okay, we've already made like 2 or 3 Mario movies. Maybe we should throw in like a side piece.
If it's not second, it's third. I'm telling you.
Really?
I definitely 100%.
I could possibly see third, but second seems like a little far fetched. I 100% think the second will be with Yoshi, and it will be with like Wario and Waluigi.
Here's what's gonna happen. Somehow, they're gonna throw in the Koopalings, which are all of Bowser's minions. I don't know if there is kids yet anymore, and maybe even Baby or Bowser Jr. I mean, Baby Bowser is a different character. Yeah. But I think the Koopalings are gonna show up in the second one. That's gonna be like the baddies trying to rescue Bowser, maybe. And I'm trying to remember like
what would they make an entire Luigi's Mansion movie about though?
What is the storyline? They've got a whole video game. What do you mean?
But like, what is the storyline?
He's exploring. Like, he bought a mansion, and it's a scam, and he goes in and he gets locked in, and he has to like escape the mansion. And Mario gets abducted by a King Boo, who has already been seen, and he gets like Luigi is like fucking, oh shit, I have to save Mario instead of Mario saving Luigi.
Gotcha. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a third or fourth movie. I'm gonna be real. It sounds like a. It sounds like a. It sounds like the Batman Lego movie to like the Lego movie kind of vibe.
All right, we'll see, Danny. We'll see who's right. We'll see who knows better.
I think in this regard, I would know a little better of what the normies want. I think like in my regard, I would imagine like what.
No, dude, I am fucking. I'm in Miyamoto's head. I know what he's thinking, and he's in charge of it all. I know his next move.
Okay, sure. But I definitely think they would at least give one more movie where I could see, and like I would give you more of like Luigi getting another Luigi's Mansion kind of like part in a movie rather than it being a Luigi's Mansion movie. I could see it being more of like
I think it'd be a whole movie.
I could see him being like,
you're putting too much. You're putting way too much disrespect on my boy Luigi's name. He is a fucking, what's the word?
I like Luigi more than Mario. But
I mean, most people do because he has more character.
Yeah, but like I think
he's a leading man. He is a leading man.
I think if they were gonna make a movie, they're gonna be like, we're gonna want everybody in it rather than just like one character with like not as many side characters in it.
All of those characters are in it. Toad's in it. Peach is in it. And there's side characters that are in the Luigi's Mansion games that they could throw in. We just wouldn't have fucking Seth Rogen in a monkey costume.
And that's all you need.
That's the only one that. Now it sucks because I thought him just using his regular voice pissed me off, but then he was the best character with the most growth. I was like, come on. I can't even complain.
I liked him.
I know, I liked him too, but I just didn't like... He was like, I refuse to do a voice. If you want me to play Donkey Kong, it's going to sound like this. I thought that was a little... That irked me. But then he did good, so I can't really complain too much.
How much of character is in the actual Donkey Kong, though? Like, I just want... Like, this is not me giving, like, a gripe at it, but I'm just, like, very curious of, like... Because I feel like I don't know too much about, like, Donkey Kong's character himself.
It's essentially, like, most of the games is, like, he's got a huge banana pile, and somebody steals it, and he gets angry, and he goes, and then you play a platformer for the next 5 or 10 hours.
Does he have
and then he beats the dude. Just a guy who goes, woohoo! That's it.
So yeah, I mean, like, what is he gonna do? Like, what if he was gonna try to play the Donkey Kong character? If would he just be like, "There's not enough growling in there, Seth Rogen."
I just didn't like the attitude. That's all.
Did he say that though?
Yeah, he did.
He said that that's why he did it like that?
Yeah, he said, like, don't expect me to do a voice. If you want me to play Donkey Kong, it's gonna sound like me.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You're not in the trenches like I am. This is all I see. This is all I do. Yeah. I'm on the forums like, how dare he disrespected the integrity of the character. No, I would never go on a forum. Those people need to
I feel like you run the forums and you just hire people to type for you.
I wish.
I don't know if I expected it to be bad, because I did go into it thinking this is going to be another one of, like, I know I keep comparing it to that movie, but I think it's very similar in the sense of, like, why did we need a movie for it? But once they made a movie for it, it was like, yeah, of course it was, like, a fun time because they put, like, buku bucks into it. But, like, it's just like the Lego movie was what I was saying, was that, like, they have a bunch of great, like, voice actors in it, or, like, actors in general.
Fucking
and they have
Chris Pratt.
They have a bunch of, like maybe not, like, great voice actors, but they have a lot of famous people into it, and they put at least a decent amount of effort where they look like they actually cared about making a story out of a thing that doesn't need a story to be made for. And I was like, it's probably gonna be fun, and I went in there and I had a blast. Overall, it was just fantastic. And now, do you want to talk any more about Zelda? Do we know that much else about Zelda, like the game? When is it coming out?
May 12th. It's less than a month away now, and I'm literally like, I'm like vibrating, like I'm so fucking ready. And like, there's all sorts of new mechanics and new stuff, new locations, new characters, and oh my god, go look up fucking Ganondorf? Yes. I literally, dude, I can't believe how much power that character fucking it's just like...
Was he in the last one?
Ganondorf has not been in a Zelda game since Twilight Princess, which was 17 years ago. We have not had those three together in 17 years. Daddy's home. Daddy is home for sure.
Yeah, I saw him and I was like, damn, they're really trying to get all the fandoms out here, huh? They're trying to get all the
I mean, it's like, he's a Gerudo. The Gerudo have that sort of like garb and dress, you know what I mean?
Charm, sexiness.
Yes, dude, the Gerudos just exude sexiness, and like it's like a powerful sexy, you know. So he is like,
yeah. When I think of him, I think of powerful sexy. What is the first
few words that come to mind? Then you'd be the vast majority of people.
But this is like definitely the most like animated we're gonna see him since like other than a Super Smash Bros. But like an actual
he has
full on
lines like that. This last game, Breath of the Wild, was the first time any of them actually spoke.
Ooh.
So like to get to hear Ganondorf, and he's voiced by Matt Mercer, who would you know him as? Cassidy? Daredevil. Is that what they called him?
Cassidy
in Overwatch?
Oh yeah.
That voice actor. That's Matt Murdock is the Daredevil. Matt Mercer, you dingo.
Was he in the trailer, or did they just release a promo picture of him?
He was in it, and he did like a big like with like shit coming out of him and like evil exuding
poop everywhere.
Because it was like, okay, the first trailer which was like a million years ago, there's like a skeletal, like dehydrated, red-haired, freaky looking skeleton dude, and everybody was like, is that him? Is that him? Is he coming? Is that Daddy? Daddy home?
Daddy's home, Usher?
And like finally we see him and he is buff and like bulging and like ready to kick some fucking ass.
Damn, I'm losing it. My brain is all out of whack today. Daddy Gan.
I broke him.
I don't remember, man.
You can also make cars like Banjo and Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. That's gonna be pretty.
You have like a full-on
epic.
Jack X game in there? Did you ever play Jack and Dexter?
Oh no.
No, none of them.
Nope.
Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. I played the most recent one, but never before that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's just two different childhoods. That's all.
I'm telling you, you're a PlayStation pubescent, and I'm a Nintendo
dork. But I feel like I did switch between PlayStation.
Damn, you're just
Xbox.
Gonna hit me like that.
I did switch between PlayStation and Xbox.
Well, I mean, there's no Xbox kid games that are any good.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't just grow up on PlayStation, but then like once you get to Xbox, you get to like Halo and Left 4 Dead 2 and stuff like that.
Right, but those are like games we shouldn't have played when we were 10 years old.
Yeah,
but we did anyway because fuck it.
I think you genuinely missed out on the Jack and Dexter games. Those were fantastic. There's 3 Jack and Dexter games that progressively get like a little more wild, and then Jack X was just like it was a fun racing game if you wanted to play it, but like it was a fun time if you had like a group of friends all playing like split screen together, because you could just like you could do like almost like battle royale type things where it's just like all in an arena and you start like trying to kill each other because they all have like guns and power ups and stuff like that. But Jack and Dexter like storyline was actually kind of crazy, and the first movie it looks like do you remember like the Kangaroo Jack games, or was it? No, it's not Kangaroo Jack. It's
Tasmanian
Tiger, right?
Yeah,
that one.
It's
like that kind of like look and feel to a game, but it had like this guy who had like giant ears and like
right. No, let me tell you, I know what the games are. I know how they play. I'm
just gonna explain though how you get from like I was just gonna say you get from like that kind of guy, that kind of like
the goofy little guy,
to like the third game.
Don't they like slick back his hair or something?
I don't remember exactly how his hair looks, but it goes to like in the third game I know that there was like a big element of going either towards the light or towards the dark, and you had specific powers for each one. So you could have like a light ability where you grow like angel wings and you start flying, or you use like a dark weapons and you have like a dark like gun and stuff like that. It was so fucking cool.
There are so many games with the moral system in that time. It's like they couldn't think of anything else to do. They were like, give him devil wings or angel wings. Done. We have a game.
Those games were it was so much fun. And then Ratchet and Clank was a good time. I think Ratchet and Clank was good because more than like Dexter, I feel like I don't remember. I don't want to throw any shade on Dexter's name. But Ratchet and Clank, I feel like a lot of the fun parts about Ratchet and Clank was using Clank and like his little like thing. And I think he even had like multiple games by himself. Where it was just like Clank's like adventures or some shit like that. And you were just like a tiny little robot going through tiny little adventures. It was so much fun. And then Sly Cooper, I missed that game. I actually might buy those again.
Oh yeah,
because Sly Coopers were fantastic.
Played 2 a lot, but I never got that far. Sly Cooper was awesome.
Those are the games that gave me like the wholesome feel of like, oh yeah, my childhood youth. Anyway, I did want to bring up something that happened in the latest One Piece chapter.
Let me check something. I haven't read it. I'm starting to get blinded by how it's like going so fast. All this shit is going on, and it's like all like black and white. I can barely fucking focus on what's happening. So let's pause the podcast and give me 5 minutes, and I'll read it.
Okay.
Something's tickling my left pec. What a line. Wow, I'm going to say everything I have to say about that chapter because you just left. And then you'll have to hear this whenever you're editing. Garp's going to get his ass handed to him, and then Luffy's going to probably do nothing about it because that's what he does. Unless Blackbeard does something. But oh, here you are.
So you done?
Dang, you just missed my whole like thoughts on the chapter because you left. So
that's crazy. Don't tell you mine. Dude, Garp went fucking crazy, dog.
He I think he's in trouble.
No, I mean
I
he might
think
be. He might be. I think I do think that his time is up. But like in general, just because he's like an older character from the
because
last generation.
that's what they keep
But
doing. It's like the old generation is giving in to the new, which is
yeah,
Kobe. So he's gonna pull a, why can't I think of his
no.
name? This is horrible.
But
He's
in general, dude, I think Garp should have at least shut everybody up who's been downplaying his fucking name, being like, "Oh, he's just a phony, bro." Like, there's some people who genuinely be like, "He's just a phony that stole all the credit for what Roger did," even though there's been multiple people to state that Roger and Garp are the people who fought the Rocks Pirates at God Valley. It wasn't just
right.
Roger. It wasn't just Garp showing up and taking credit. It was both of them tag teaming on the fucking crew.
He didn't buggy the situation.
Yeah. And then he comes up with like one of the biggest attacks we've ever fucking seen, especially from somebody who just used hockey. It's like definitely the biggest attack we've ever seen with just hockey. Like we've seen like big blasts with like Kaido's like fire breath or whatever, but that was from his fucking hands, bro. He was down to throw down, literally. Ugh.
And that's like part of the island person, right? So he's like just got his whole butt cheek punched off.
He's like, it's on my butt cheek. That was in the South Quadrant, and he just blew it up with one hand. But yeah, I was gonna say he's there's like some theories of how far that extends, because he even said like, oh, I felt something there. I think you did read that actually. It was like, I felt something over there. That's where they're running. So like he has the feeling of the entire island, and so Garp probably did like a fuck ton of damage to him. But they're like, it's weird because I saw some videos of people trying to understand it and be like, I guess it doesn't work the same as Pika's like stone fruit or whatever. Do you remember that from Dressrosa when he fought Zoro, like the big guy with the squeaky little voice? He had like a different kind of thing where he could just like transfer his real body into a different part of the rock. So you could cut off an arm and he'd be like, oh no, I'm over here now. I get fucked.
Right. He manipulated the rock.
Yeah, but I guess this guy actually is just him. Like, he's just a fucking island. He just turns into the island himself.
Might be an upgrade to his fruit, you know? You know how they're all like tiered.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say I like how much they're doing, because holy fuck. Like I just feel like Oda is like backing up everything that he claimed, that everybody was like, yo, what is he talking about? What is he saying that we're just about to get started now? Every single week he's throwing in more and more action.
It's a fucking whirlwind, dude. I don't know what the fuck happens.
I love it so much, dude. He is just throwing everything out there. And okay, so I've thought about this for a while. I don't know if I've ever said this on the pod or like to you in general, but I think I've thought about this with Naruto, but I think even more so it would be better with One Piece if they're gonna make a spinoff. And I know that they're probably going to try to it in one way or another. Oda might not be like fully involved for it or whatever, but some way they're gonna try to make some spinoff of One Piece, because this is just bringing in too much money. They're not gonna want to stop. I think that the best kind of spinoff that they should do is just doing recaps of fights that we never got to see. And so like it'll be like one episode, it'll be like
it's like a side
God Valley
chapter
kind of fight, and it'll be or it'll be like or it could condense like the what's it called, the chapter, what are those called again, with like the chapter like cover pages stories.
Those
they would condense them into like a couple episodes and just throw that out there at you, and they would just like release them in like certain waves. And I think that would be like such a good solid like world building. Like it would enhance the story of the One Piece we already have, and we get to see like a little more details that we never got to experience throughout the show. I think that would be perfect. And so if they do, I do feel like a lot of the stuff that they're throwing at us now, there's like a possibilities of us never going to see it. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they just like kind of cut away and they're like, so we see Garp do that shit and they're like, yeah, he just fucking wrecked shit. And then like, you know, next chapter we're back on Egghead, and then 2 or 3 chapters from now it just says Garp has been defeated on blah blah. I don't know the name of it. I know there's be like Garp has been defeated, and everybody's like, what? And like that's the last thing that we see. I would not be surprised, because Oda's been pulling that shit a lot recently. Because
he's been doing that since the beginning.
That is true, but he has been like doing a lot recently. Like he's been throwing too much that I'm sure he cannot focus on everything. But yeah, right now he's just going fucking crazy. Like we have a law fight. We saw a kid get one shot, so there's not much else to that. And then we saw. And then I was just reminded about what we the way that the narrator pulled up on like chapter, I think 1078, where it gave you the background of them realizing that Dr. Vegapunk was researching into like the what was it, the Hidden Century, or whatever it's called. And they were like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's get a ship together. They wanted one of the elders to come along because they realized that it might go down. And then they were like they pulled up, and the narrator is saying all this stuff, whereas like they brought a grand fleet to Egghead Island just to see that the um one of the ships of the four emperors of the sea, Straw Hat Luffy, is right here. And it was like, and this all happened the day before the incident that changed the world. Like the narrator is saying that shit, and he is hyping it to the fucking max degree. He's just like, yeah, bro, that's going on. Kid got one shot, lost fighting Blackbeard. What's it called? Riley saved the serpent lady from almost getting captured by Blackbeard. Garp is saving Kobe on this island. It's fucking going down, and it's just crazy. Like Oda is just on another level right now. I know everybody's saying it, but like it is incredible how he's still just like he's legitimately bringing out all the stops when he could have just given up and been like, I found the One Piece, whatever. But damn, he is like not holding back. He's just like full on being like, yeah, I'm throwing it all on the fucking tail.
Here's all this shit you sorted out yourself, because I'm not.
It's fucking fantastic. But yeah, I love Garp, and I love that Garp just fucking actually was like. It's so funny because I feel like I've seen so many like images or panels of Rock, or not Rock, of Garp having his fist out or being like super strong and just always doing this, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's like a tough dude, but like, what does this mean? And now I feel like this has a lot more symbol because he's just like, I can destroy a whole fucking island with this shit, boy. And and it's funny because he bent the head on that pointy guy. You remember? Remember he showed up at Dressrosa and he was like, "You're Garp's grandson." He bent my forehead, and it was like, what? Garp did that? What are you talking about? And now you see it, bro. He just fucking I imagine hearing like the pan sound when you go bink, and it just tips over. Oh my god. Yeah, nobody should be downplaying Garp anymore, bro. He is about it. He is not.
Anybody who did, they're not gonna have anything to say anymore. They're done.
Yeah.
Their career is over.
And I'm excited to also see what Kobe's about too. Because Kobe's also like a marine hero now. And like he saved an island or something like that, right? Like he saved it.
And also that whole thing where he's like now like not held down by marine like rules.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. He's essentially like a pirate.
Yeah. He's like the spec ops of Marines, where it's just like, yeah, he technically doesn't work for us, but we're giving him all the rules. And the the more and more I see, the more I see that Garp is also fighting for him, almost in the same sense that a lot of people in Marineford were fighting for Luffy, where they were like, we need to save him. That's his brother. He's the future of this kind of situation. It's like the same thing with, and a lot of people are comparing right now to Marineford, where it's just like a big battle royale of a bunch of important people coming together. And so I would like more and more that I'm seeing people actually fight for Kobe and realize like his potential. I really, really want to see some high intense, perfect animation, like what we're kind of getting with Luffy versus Kaido. I want to see that in the future with Luffy and Kobe taking on some baddie at the end. Oh, that would be so perfect. Like, what if they're not even really showing us to the extent of what Garp and Roger did, because they want to give us an example, and then maybe during the animation they kind of show like some parallels between them.
If we're thinking about how this it's always like the younger generation mirroring the older generation, it's probably going to end up Luffy and Kobe defeating Blackbeard.
Yeah, because Blackbeard's also like
he's
like
the
trying
new
to be
rock pirate, and he's trying to make his own fucking country now,
which is
and be part of the world government.
It's very similar because like he's residing on the island that was previously Rock's, or if it wasn't Rock's, it might have been one of Rock's captains, I think. And then and so yeah, it'd be very interesting to see like Kobe and Luffy take on them, because like I would love to see Luffy tag team with people more often. Like we got a little taste of that versus Kaido, but like I want to see. Have I ever brought this up to you that I have beef with you?
What's that beef? What's that?
Yeah,
what?
It's just I know that you were trying to like get me more excited about the future of One Piece, but I remember at the beginning of when I was like getting started in my little baby years, even though it took me only a year to catch up to One Piece. It was in my baby years. you were telling me about how like, oh man, it gets so much better by the like end of the season when you catch up. You get to see some fucking them working together and like do some like tag team shit against everybody. I was like, oh, I'm so ready for that. It still hasn't happened, Patrick. It's still they still every fucking arc so far has been like, all right, gang, split up, and they all just go their own ways and fight a really crazy battle. But I'm like, dude, I just want to see them pull some crazy ass shit and like people get you know how I know it's so rare because people still get hype about like that moment when they took down the little fortress before what's the island with Kaido is it like Oni gosh anyway they took down the little fortress beforehand. Do you remember that? It was like a crazy animation where like Sanji and Zoro like they're like there's like literally one scene where Luffy goes up in the air and Sanji and Zoro like zip on by and take out like a group of like enemy pirates. And they're like, and all the comments are like, man, I love when Sanji and Zoro team up, man. They're so cool. Literally, it's like 2 frames. It's like 2 frames just going, zoom, and then all the pirates like fly up in the air or some shit. And I'm like, bro, we don't ever get to see them work together, and I just want to see that so badly. So yeah, if we got an ending fight where it's like it turns out to be like Luffy and Kobe versus Blackbeard, I'd be down. It'd be so fucking sick. I don't actually have beef with you, Patrick. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Speaking of which, have you watched the show Beef on Netflix?
I heard it's really good. I started seeing a TikTok and I realized Cindy recommended it to me that I should watch it.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
But
I'm recommending it as well.
I saw a TikTok and I like halfway through it I realized that it's just a scene from Beef. And I was like, oh shit, I should just watch this then. It's like I should just like actually watch the show rather than watching a scene of it on TikTok.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Because all the comments are just fucking goofy ass people saying, why is Glenn here? What is Glenn doing?
Oh my
here?
god.
Like, so cringe, bro.
Shut up.
Dumb. Anyway.
Put some respect on Steven's name.